With the most recent chapter of Dragon Ball Super leaving us on a break, I've had some time to process the chapter itself and some of the implications that it's left for the future of the series. After pondering on the possible directions of the story once it returns from its indefinite hiatus, I truly believe that I have a great idea of the future of Dragon Ball Super, and in this video, I'll be giving a brief recap on events as it's been a while, performing analysis on some part of these events, and then go into depth as to what the future of Dragon Ball Super could be and why I believe this. With that said, let's get into it. So within the last year or so, Dragon Ball Super has been in the superhero arc following the Hybrid Saiyans, Piccolo, and others, not only building up their characters, but building up their strength and eventually testing it through the battle with the Red Ribbon Army. These events culminate into Gohan being pushed beyond his limits and reaching a new form, Beast. Gohan in this transformation was able to possess so much ki that it was able to be felt by those all the way on Beerus' planet, which makes Goku appear on Earth to seek Gohan. The next chapter, Goku brings Gohan back to Beerus' planet and tests his beast form by having him fight both him and Broly. And after Gohan displays sufficient strength, all of the Saiyans engage in a massive battle royale and head back to Earth where Goku meets Piccolo. Goku and Piccolo catch up for a bit as Goku recognizes Piccolo as a reborn fighter. And Piccolo just says, "I know what you want, but not right now," because Pan's about to leave school. Goku and Piccolo then go to pick up Pan, which allows Goku to meet her for the first time, and the chapter and arc ends with all of them flying off. This is very well a conclusion to the superhero arc that revolved around Gohan, Piccolo, Goten, and Trunks, and one that built all of these forgotten characters up to a high level of strength. Goten and Trunks are arguable, but using Dragon Ball Super scaling, they're probably at a much higher level than before. I mean, they were fighting Broly head on. Something to also note is that within all these events, Goku says, "Honestly, I can rest easy knowing that the Earth will be safe once I'm gone." If you're wondering why I'm saying all of this is to say that I believe this statement is more than just a surface level moment between Goku and Gohan, and I think that it could be a hint of where the story is going. I believe that there's real potential that the story of Dragon Ball Super may finally be gearing toward a direction where we are not just stuck in Universe 7 anymore. It sounds crazy, but hear me out. With Goku and Vegeta having been the only high level fighters in their ultra states of Universe 7, they've been the only characters who could potentially defend Earth from Frieza in the event that he attacked, and really, he can attack at any time as we can tell. Black Frieza has been proven to be a threat that only those two could have a chance at beating until the recent arcs. And with Goku seeing Gohan's strength, I think he may have acknowledged that. The Earth being protected from Goku's perspective could not only be in the event that Frieza attacks, but anything in general. I'm sure Goku is more than aware of the nature of things in his universe now. Threats just pop up out of nowhere for no reason, and Goku could have made this statement about protecting the Earth to Gohan just to talk about how Gohan and those around him now have the strength to handle something that can possibly come up. Either way, I think that the statement could either be Goku literally speaking about Gohan protecting it sooner rather than later, or it could be the authors hinting the future with a meta double meaning to the text. This may be a bit of a reach, but I think this is why we've seen Android 17 be strangely absent from this whole superhero arc when he really should have been there doing anything. 17 is already a very powerful character, but if we really think about it, prior to Superhero, he was the only powerful character on Earth. He didn't need a power up or much character development like everyone else did, so I think it was a writing decision to have him sit out because he's already equipped to play a big role in defending the Earth if the time came. Anyway, with the conclusion of this superhero arc, we now have a strong cast of characters residing on Earth and protecting it now, giving Goku and Vegeta a logical reason as to why they probably wouldn't feel the need that they must always be around to protect it anymore. And with this latest chapter being named A Legacy Toward the Future, I believe it. And I mean, even if Gohan and those on Earth aren't enough for Frieza specifically, I think Beerus would possibly protect the Earth from Frieza, due to it being a huge factor into the mortal level of his respective universe. There's also a statement in chapter 101 where Beerus implies that Goku is going to surpass him at some point, as he outright says, "There's always going to be something or someone stronger than you, so keep plugging away with that training. And once you're stronger than me, I'll nominate you for the next God of Destruction." Beerus here seems to believe that Goku has a decent chance of surpassing his strength some point in the future, which, in my opinion, implies that we will see this happen someday, because I don't think it'd be mentioned if otherwise. And Goku surpassing Beerus has been the big overarching purpose of the Saiyans throughout Dragon Ball Super. Universe 7 as a whole seems to be wrapping up, especially with the Strongest in the Universe saga, and I think Goku and Vegeta may find some kind of reason to explore other universes. Of course, Frieza could obviously find a reason as well, and knowing him, he probably already has one. He's already expressed much dismay at the gods being able to just toy with the worlds in the way that they can, and also, the last chapter has a somber goodbye sort of feeling to it. As Goku's checking up on Earth, Goku may have some other reason to go to a new universe, but obviously, he'd also go just to become stronger as a fighter. Another reason why I believe we're finally going to enter into a different universe is because the only time we've seen characters go to a different universe are occasions where someone is visiting our universe, and the only exception to this was when Goku and Beerus were investigating Zamasu, where we were just at another god's temple for a brief period of time. We didn't even see the god of destruction of Universe 10 when Goku and Beerus visited that time. It's dumb and annoying, but it also has to be deliberate. We'll have to see another universe at some point and actually spend a substantial amount of time in it and seeing the place. I'm sure that it'll be one of the 4 we know nothing about too. We also have to see characters like Hit and Jiren return at some point. It just isn't like Dragon Ball Super for them to disappear for good. As Dragon Ball Super has a trend of introducing a new set of characters every arc and keeping a few of them around for future purposes in the story and world building as a whole. I'm just sure that this is the best way to go about it too. Like Toyotaro could really bring out some ultra powerful fighter from Universe 1 and we would have no problem believing it. It's just such an easy arc for him to write, and I've been dying for anything on the last universes, especially Universe 1 since it's referred to as the Supreme Universe. It's just time. It would also give Shueisha tons of new merchandise, as I know they can milk characters from the final 4 universes with no problem. I will say this though, there's obviously a huge elephant in the room when it comes to my belief in this new possible direction of Super, and it's the existence of Oob. We are supposed to eventually get the end of Z Saga and Super at some point, and I'm sure with all the events that have taken place in this series, it'll be tweaked. To address how Oob can fit into all this new universe stuff is to just simply have him tag along. I believe that Goku meeting Oob in the end of the Z Saga will play out nearly identical to the way that it did before, keeping all events the same and us just doing a time skip to it. But Goku will then take Oob and drag him to Beerus' planet to be his disciple, and while they're training, something pops up, dragging them to another universe. Oob as a disciple tagging along Goku in these arcs would be the best way to handle him because it does 3 things for the story: keeps Goku on screen, shows us Oob's growth firsthand, and lastly, it prepares us for the moment for Goku to hand a torch to Oob should the writers decide to end Dragon Ball in such a manner. Showing us Oob be put in true real struggles will both be entertaining and allow viewers to connect with the character in a more personal way than we have in any other series. More importantly, it gives us assets for Dokkan Battle. I also believe that Oob will become a thing in Super, which is why Majin Buu was given all of those buffs in the Moro Saga, so when they fuse, the power level of Majin will actually be realistic enough to match whoever he happens to fight in the future arcs. So yeah, to basically summarize, I can see Oob playing a Pan from GT type of role once he becomes Goku's disciple. With all that said, I believe the future of Dragon Ball Super is right before our eyes. If I had to bet on anything in Super happening soon, it'd be the exploration of other universes, primarily the Final 4, and I hope that I was able to help you guys understand my perspective on the future of the series. With that said, let me know if you guys enjoyed this Dragon Ball theory analysis kind of video, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace out.